Okay, ready.
Being recorded.
Good. So, first of all, I would like to welcome all of you for one of the new session in the Inspiring the Mind project guest lectures. Today, I think we will have like very inspired session by Palmina La Rosa. Actually, Palmina had 25 years in training and education, so she has a long career in education. In 1997, she founded Giga International House. In 2021, so 3 years ago, she developed coaching, training, and developing as a division, like founded the CTT, Coaching, Training, and Development Division, as a part of Giga IH Focus. And this new training unit actually focusing on equipping language teacher with the coaching techniques that needed in 21st century. She is qualified coaching approved by International Coaching Federation in 2018. She complete a lot of courses related to training and coaching. For example, high impact leadership course from Cambridge University in 2020. Also team coaching from Brown University. She is a Chief Operating Officer and the President of ILSLI, right?
It's ISLI. Okay, ISLI, Italian Association of Language Schools.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for correction.
No.
And in 2024, she launched a Future Skills Agency project. So from this career, I think today we will be like very rich talk. So without any ado, I would like to leave the floor for you. And please go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for your introduction. And thank you for inviting me today to deliver this session. I'm always very happy when someone asks to share my experiences. I think that this is the most beautiful thing of our profession, being part of a network and being able to share our experiences, the challenges that we have every single day, because I think that every word that we share together will enrich us. So I would like to start immediately with my presentation, but not with my professional presentation, but with my welcome to you, a warm welcome from Sicily, a wonderful island where I live and where I have founded my school and I live with my family. And this is where everything happens. So I always bring the sea and the sun with me, and I hope to share this sea and sun and all the positive that they give me. So let's have a look to what we are talking about today. The title of this presentation is Empowering Talent and Career Choices. And my focus is on coaching. And I've tried to integrate coaching in all my practices as a language teacher first, and then as a leadership tutor later. And I strongly believe that coaching, if it is integrated in our daily life, can really transform our students, and it helps. It can help us to focus on our students, and our students can be much more informed about themselves and about the choices that they have to take in their life. So the session today will be divided in a few steps. The first step is to share with you my idea of coaching and why I believe that coaching and education should go hand in hand. I will share then with you two case studies So two real experiences that I have had with students in high school and with students at the university. And then I will give you some key takeaways, some actionable coaching techniques that you can use in your classrooms with your students, whether you teach high school student or university student. And I will leave time at the end to focus on any question, and I will try to give you the answers that I have. So, why coaching in education? I started my career as a teacher. I was a language teacher. I used to teach literature in high school. Then I founded my language school, and then I became a coach. Why did I become a coach? I became a coach because I was a coach. I had been a coachee myself during coaching sessions, and I saw how much coaching was helping me in achieving my goals. So I said, why don't I integrate coaching in education so that I can give something extra, something more to my students? And in fact, this is what happened. By using coaching in my education field, in my school, I was able to personalize my teaching. I was able to be much more goal-oriented rather than just content-oriented. I could give a better support to my students. And by doing this, I was able to unlock their potential. Coaching is a collaborative process. Okay, unlike teaching, where the teacher is at the center, coaching is a collaborative process between teacher and students. And this will help the teacher to empower their students because students can become more awareness of their learning process, so they own their learning process. They have much more self-awareness of where they are and where they want to be. And coaching helps critical skills development. So just to make this distinction clearer, I have put on this slide the three approaches: teaching, coaching, and mentoring, so that we can see the difference between each of them. So as I was saying, teaching is more a relationship between the teacher and the student, where the teacher is the center of the knowledge. So the teacher teaches and the student learns. And sometimes the approach that teachers have is a sort of one size fits all, because there is a curriculum to follow. There are self-assessment methods to follow. And these may be a little bit, it can reduce the real essence of teaching. If we skip and we go to mentoring, mentoring is another approach where the mentor shares their experience. So a mentor is someone experienced in a field and shares their experience with the students. And there's a sort of hierarchical relationships. It's the mentor that gives advice and the student that takes this advice from the mentor. While in coaching, as I was saying before, it's a collaborative approach. The student is at the center. The coach is there just to guide the student in their self-discovery and in their personal growth. The coach uses techniques such as questioning or reflective techniques to build the skills of the student. But it's the student that owns the process. It's not the teacher, it's not the mentor, it's not the coach, it's the student. And this can be really very powerful. And we will look this into the case studies that I'm going to share with you. So the first case study that I want to share with you is an experience that I had with high school students in a coaching program that was part of the new orientation guidelines that we have here in Italy. I know that today we are welcoming audience coming from different countries. Now, in Italy, there is a new law which obliges schools to devote hours of orientation training to the students. And these hours are mostly done during the last 3 years of high school. So I will share with you the structure and goals of the program. I will explain the techniques that I used, and I will also share some outcomes and success stories of my students. So this program took place online. As I told you, I'm based in Catania. The students and the school was based and is based in Turin, so north of Italy. I'm talking about the school Giordano Bruno, a high school in Turin. And this program was organized with ASNOR. ASNOR is the Italian Association of Career Guidance Professionals. They organize workshops and trainings for career guidance specialists, and they also support schools in running their orientation programs. This program was called From Self-Discovery to Who I Want to Be. And it was a real journey of self-discovery that helped the students understand their potential and providing tools to realize their dreams. So this journey had to help these students to understand what they really wanted, but starting from who they are, and see what they want to reach at the end of this journey. The techniques that we used basically focused, first of all, on self-discovery. So we explored the foundations of their way of being. So through the analysis of their personal styles, through the emotions that they had, using soft skills assessment. We work a lot with future skills, with soft skills assessment, and providing self-reflection exercises. They understood who they really are in this precise time of their life journey. Of course, we are talking about 16, 17-year-old student. And so we know that they are going to make a lot of changes. They are going to face a lot of challenges. They will change a lot during their life. But it was a time for them just to stop and reflect on their potential. So on this sort of starting point of this journey. So it was much more than asking immediately, what would you like to do in your future? But starting from, who are you now? What are your desires? What kind of emotions do you feel when you face a problem or whatever it is? So the first phase, the first techniques used helped them to gain a greater awareness and to understand their role in their journey. Then we moved, so from these reflection tasks and tests, to see what this vision was what kind of action they needed to take, they started to reflect on their goals, trying to identify what kind of skills they needed to achieve these goals. So they went through brainstorming sessions. I gave them some tests for them to see what kind of skills they needed to reach their goal. They had to perform goal-setting activities. And this was the sort of second step to pass from just the vision to the action. But we didn't stop just there. The third phase of this program was to really build their action plan. So we investigated on their goals. We looked at these goals, whether they were realistic, whether they were measurable, if they were attainable, if they were time-bound. So they started to look at their future, not as just something just to dream about, but something that with a systematic approach and by following step after step, they could really see the future becoming more real. During this step, they had to assess their future skills. So remember that in step one, they had to see what kind of skills they needed. During this third step, they looked at how they can improve these future skills. What actions should they take to make these skills more useful to attain their goal? And so they developed their personal plan from their dream to their real future. Because I wanted this program to be as more realistic as possible, I also used some documents, real documents, that showed them what the world of work needs from students. Again, I was talking to students who were going to finish high school and were going to university. So they were at that stage where they had to choose their career path. So I wanted them to be as realistic as possible and see what exactly the world of work needs, so that they could focus on their skills and they could do something to improve their skills. So I shared with them the World of Economic Forum report, where the 10 top skills are reported, and they could see the skills that they had if they fit what the world of work needs. But they could also adjust the skills that they feel were weaker, and they could improve them. But the most important thing was to focus on the strongest skill, so that they could build their career based on their stronger skills. The program held at Giordano Bruno was very successful. We had several feedback with the students at the end of the sessions, where they shared their success stories. And you can't believe how much they really appreciated being given this time for them to stop and think without the pressure of the families, the pressure of their classmates, the pressure of the teachers. It was a time for them to think and reflect. And this is very important. And I'm really very grateful with the school that organized this course for this program for them, because they had the time to be more aware of their personality traits, of building an action plan. They had time to think about the soft skills that they had to enhance. At the end of the program, I received feedback from the student who said, at the beginning of this program, I had no idea what I wanted to do in the future because I didn't know exactly who I was. What are my talents? What are my strengths? Now I know them. I know what I should be doing in the future. And we shared this with the teachers, with their teachers, the teacher of Giordano Bruno, so that they also had some actions to take with their students, even after that the program was over. So just to summarize this first case study, and then we go to the second one, I would like to share with you some key takeaways that I think are important for all of us teachers. So not just I'm a coach, but I'm here as a teacher too. Try to introduce in your curriculum as many goal-setting activities as possible. It is important that students start to learn what are goals, short-term goals, long-term goals, what kind of actions you need to take. But before doing this, just stop and make them reflect on their personality. Give them time to be more aware of themselves. Give them time to assess themselves, also through reflection exercises. And also, I know that as teachers, we are all teachers, as teachers, we need to mark our students. We have to do that. We need to evaluate them. But try and focus on their strength. Make them clear that if they have an area which is weaker, I'm sure that they have an area that is stronger. And by focusing on the stronger points, they can really make an impact on their life journey. Make them create their vision board so that they can see in a much clearer way their vision, their future. And help them understand the feedback that you give them. Feedback has to be seen as constructive. They have to understand that we are there to help them, so to give them a hand and so that they can progress. Feedback is reinforcing what they already know, what they know, and finding strategies to help them in finding what they do not know and how they can get it. So this is the first case study that I wanted to share with you. At the end, we will have time to go back and I can answer all the questions that you may have after you've heard this first practice. Now, let's move to the second one. The second one was a coaching session for older students. In this case, I had the opportunity to talk and work with university students. This time, the session was on a skill, in particular, on communication. I strongly believe that communication is fundamental for our students, no matter what kind of topic they are studying, no matter what kind of areas they want to develop. So we will look at the technique that I used in this case to help them enhance communication. We will also look at the two areas that were the focus of this program, And I will also share what the student thought about this experience and the kind of outcome that they would see in their future. In this case, I worked with the Department of Economics and Business of the University of Catania. This program was called Lo Studente Strategico, the Strategic Student, and it's a program promoted by Professors Rosario Faraci and Veronica Benzo. And this is part of the additional training activities that students can do during their course of studies. The session was called The Power of Words. I had 100 students working during these sessions, during which we explored various aspects of communication to enhance both their academic but also their professional skills. So the areas that we took into consideration were two: interpersonal communication, so talking with someone else, trying to convey our message and understanding the message that the other person was giving to us. But we also focused on public speaking. But I would like to underline that when I speak about public speaking, I'm not just talking about speaking in front of a great audience, but also speaking in front of a group of people who is trying to listen to us and understand us. Every day we hold public speaking sessions because we speak with other people. So we looked at these two areas. Now we started with the power of words. We focused on the importance that we choose, the importance of the words, that we choose when we speak. Each word has a power and can be magical. When we choose our words to talk with other people, we need to pay a very careful attention, because a word can be positive, it can be negative, it can be perceived by in a different way, also the way we pronounce the words. So we devoted quite a lot of time of the session trying to understand how to choose words. We then moved to another very important part of our of communication, which is presenting ourselves. Every single day we present ourselves. And it's not just, hello, good morning, my name is Palmina, that's it. I present myself every single day when I enter my workspace. With my emotion, with my face, with my smile, I present myself for that day. So it is really very important that we understand what kind of message do I want to give today about myself to the person who is in front of me. We created during this session opportunities of interaction. I will tell you a little bit more about the kind of opportunities that I gave this student. But we need to create opportunities of interaction every single day with our students. Communication it's not just talking. It's not just saying something, that's it. when communication happens, a relationship is created. And it is really important that the way we communicate will make that relationship a good relationship, bad relationship, a relationship that brings anxiety, stress, etc. So it is really very important that we work with our body language. And it is important to learn, and it is possible to learn about empathy, about being empathetic. It's true, someone can be empathic in an easier way, someone has to work on that, but you can learn that, and it is important that we play with our emotions. When we finished this session, I spoke to the student and I asked them what was their reaction on these communication activities. What they said that we're 100% sure, not 80 or 90, but 100% sure that by performing these communication skills, their academic presentations would improve, that their academic achievement would be much more positive. They could see how much these techniques would help them in being more successful during a job interview or during an internship interview, because if they had the technique to understand how to use words and how to make the best use of words, the best use of their expression, their faces, their body language, they would feel more confident, they would manage better difficult conversation, they would build much more positive relationships. So let's have a look at the coaching techniques that I have used during this session, and these coaching techniques that students agreed that they would help in the long term. We tried during the session, but of course they need to practice them in the long term to become more confident with them. We started by doing active listening exercises. They were split in pairs, and they had to talk about an experience, and their peer had to listen, ask questions, and at the end they had to give feedback to the way they felt when they were asked those questions, the way they felt in looking, in analyzing the kind of body gesture, of body movement that the peer had. We analyzed the words, so we analyzed what kind of words were said, and if the message did not arrive the way it had to arrive, we worked on, okay, what word did you use? What other words could you have used to make this more powerful? And from the other side, what kind of questions should you have used? So these, included in this kind of role-playing activities, gave them that opportunity that I was talking about to try and then stop and then assess themselves and then try again to make that kind of presentation better. We worked on the elevator pitch. The elevator pitch, which is used in business, is so important also in everyday life. The elevator pitch is when you want to convey your message in a few words. So you want your idea, either of yourself or of a product that you have created. You want to convey the message of this something in very few words. And this is the elevator pitch. We have practiced it because they had to focus exactly, what do I want to say? What do I want my listener to understand? We worked on non-verbal communication exercises because we convey our message with our eyes, not only with our words, with our hands, with our body posture. And unfortunately, our students do not get enough training of this. And this would help them resolve also conflicts and resolution conflicts. So just to summarize, and then I will stop and leave the floor to question. Good communication can really transform your world. So by choosing your world wisely, you can build a connection, you can inspire action, and you can shape your reality. So this is really very important. Now, before I leave the time for question, and so that I can stop the presentation, I would like to thank you for having listened to me till now. And I would like to leave you with this story of myself. This is myself when I was 16. And I was a girl with many dreams. And it was not by chance that during Carnival I decided to dress as a fairy. I thought at that time that with a magic wand, all my dreams could become true. I soon realized that you really have to work towards your dreams. And I found that coaching helped me so much that my mission today is to share my knowledge about coaching and trying to integrate coaching in education, because it can really help our students reach their dreams and become successful students. So I leave you with my story, and I interrupt here my presentation, and we have, I think, time for any question that you may have on my experiences.
Thanks a lot, Palmina, for this very interesting inspiration for us. I think I myself, I will be biased in order to ask any question, because I completely 100% agree with you. I am teaching at university since almost 20 years, and I use both way of teaching as teaching and teaching as coaching, which makes like sort of motivation of the students and brainstorming and bring the students with some vision and so on. And I can see clearly the difference between the two. So since I am a bit biased here, maybe I can leave the floor for others to ask questions.
If I may add, while someone maybe asked question, that it is important to start as earlier as possible with our students, giving them ownership of their learning, giving them ownership of their personal growth. So sometimes we start at university, and I don't say it is too late, but if we start when they are younger, it is even easier.
I completely agree with you. Maybe I can jump here with a question. Do you think we can correlate the normal teaching process and the coaching with the passive and active learning? So we can say that coaching is sort of type of active learning?
Yes. Coaching is absolutely active learning, because it is the coach or the teacher coach gives input or guidance But then it's the student who is the active learner. It's the student who owns the process of learning. So it is absolutely active learning. So it is part, coaching should be part of teaching. It is from time to time, but it should be even much more systematically integrated so that our students become active learners. It's really important. So yes.
I have two questions. One of them in form of the academic institutes. When I speak with colleagues who are teaching like regular teaching method, for some reason I can feel or I can get from their discussion that they are a bit resistant to this active learning technique.
Yes.
I don't know how we can try to get this behavior, this new skills or new method to these people.
Yeah. Yes. I think that the best thing to do is to have them try. When I work with teachers, because I'm also a teacher trainer, I can also feel these teachers being skeptical. Maybe because they think it is something that goes beyond their knowledge or their methodology. It is not true. It's just a question of practicing them. So what I do is I work with my teachers as if I'm working with my students. So I do the same activities that I usually do with my students with my teachers first, and have them try. As soon as they see the benefit on them and they become active learners, then they are much more confident in bringing these techniques into their classrooms because they have tried this on themselves. So I would do that. Make them try.
Try with them. Try to practice
Yes.
with them.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Agree.
Yes.
So maybe I can like ask our colleagues here if for some reason you don't have like a microphone, you can just put the question on the chat. I will ask it. Did you meet before students who are resistant to this process?
Students, yes, some students are resistant to this process. Now I bring you again the experience that I had with Liceo Giordano Bruno in Turin. And together with the teachers, we have realized that they are more resistant if they are older. So, for example, we presented this program to third-year students, fourth and fifth-year students. The younger ones were less resistant than the older ones. This is why I say, and I believe that we should integrate these techniques when the students are younger, because the older they become, the more resistant they become, because they think that they know life, they know what they want from life, but maybe they don't know that they need to stop and reflect about what they really want, what their strengths are. So students are resistant if they are older. But if you start this process with the younger ones, it is much easier.
Actually, we have here two questions. One from a question: is coaching take more time to teach the same topic by comparing to normal teaching methodology? If you teach the same topic,
yes,
but with a two different way?
Yes. I would say no, because if you integrate these coaching techniques, they become part of the teaching process. So it's not something that you add. So you have one activity based on the content of what you're teaching, and one activity based on the coaching activity itself. If you integrate the two techniques, the coaching techniques into your teaching methods, you don't need more time. If I may say, from time to time, you may get to the end result even faster. So I would say that coaching helps.
Yeah. Mirko, I think asking about how coaching methodology can help learn academic disciplines.
Yes, yes. Now, if you teach your students to clearly understand what their values are, what their objective is, it is much easier for them to create a learning plan which will take them faster to their results. So coaching can help learning academic disciplines because it's a process that you learn. It's a process that helps you to learn faster, learn better, going into the focus of what you really need from what you're studying. So if you if you are able to perform this kind of coaching style, also your learning process becomes smoother, and you get to the end result faster.
Does coaching can work with all topics? So I
Yes.
think question here mean from your experience, do you think that it work for some topics, other not? Like for example, chemistry. Can we apply coaching in chemistry or in biology, things like this?
Yes, 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 absolutely. Again, I speak with sharing my experiences. I train teachers of many subjects, from maths to history, geography, and everything, all other topics. Coaching can help with all the subjects because it is not related to the subject. It's related to the process of learning, to the process of self-assessing, of students self-assessing their performance. So it can be used with any topic that is present at school or at university. It's not content related, it's process related.
Actually, as I told you, I just use this method like the previous semester while I was teaching AI course. So it's scientific things.
Mhm.
And it both work very well, I think.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It works well with all topics.
And it inspires the mind of the students. They like motivate them. And
Exactly.
because I feel, really passive learning, just go with some lectures and the student just sleeping in the class, watching the teacher. It's not the best way, especially now.
Yes.
Especially now, when you are come in this digital transition, everyone
Yes.
can get the information easily from the internet,
Yes.
from YouTube, from different channel. Why I should stay for 2 hours in front of a professor who are teaching something
Exactly.
so classical and I'm just sleeping? So
Yes.
we need to
And
find another way to motivate them.
exactly. And by adding these techniques and by helping them being more critical thinkers, more creative thinkers, it's true. They find all the information on the internet. Everything is there. But how do I manage this information? How do I trust this information? What kind of reasoning should I follow to be able to decide whether something is true or not? So coaching can help our students being more emotionally involved And we really need to shake our students, because from time to time I can see that our students are on a sort of plateau, and they are just there without any real reaction. So we need to challenge our students. We need to question our students. And this is where, for example, one of the most important coaching techniques is questioning. As teachers, we must learn questioning techniques. And questioning techniques is not just ask a question, but each single question should facilitate an emotion, whether it is of curiosity, whether it is of challenging or challenging the students, whether it is to shake the status quo. And questioning technique is something that you can learn. You have to learn what kind of question do I need to ask if I want my students to go from point A to point B. Avoiding those questions that maybe with just a yes or a no can be answered with just a yes or a no, or just looking at what you see and say, okay, today I can see 22 people. Okay, try and ask, where are these people from? What do you believe Mr. Abramo is thinking about, for example, now? What kind of day do you think that Mr. Polizzi has had today? So try and ask all these questions. It's easy to say today there are 22 of us, but if I want to shake the audience, now what kind of question? Now, of course, it depends on what kind of result I want to get. But this is exactly how coaching can help in shaking our students' motivation.
I have one question more, but maybe I would like to ask the audience if there is any question, please unmute yourself and ask, or just write it. If not, I will ask my last question maybe. So you said that we can mix coaching and teaching, normal teaching. But also you, in your lecture, you said that there is one third method, which is mentoring. Do you think also we can mix coaching with mentoring, or it's difficult?
I would say that we can match teaching and coaching. We can match the two of them. But I'm afraid that coaching and mentoring are quite different. The reason for this is that, again, a mentor is someone who is specialized in the field and gives advice. A coach never gives advice. A teacher can give some advice, but a coach can't. So a teacher can be a mentor, but a coach cannot be a mentor. A coach has to be there to guide the students, has to be there to ask the right questions so that the students by themselves find the way. While a mentor, again, gives advice on their experience, their expertise. So we have, for example, a science mentor that will help students with science subjects, while a coach can help all students for any subject. A coach can help all teachers of any subject, because again, a coach that has the right techniques is there to help you. I can help a chief executive officer of a pharmaceutical company today, and tomorrow I can help an employee who has difficulties in finding his time management skills. Of a completely different company. The reason for that is that a coach doesn't need to know everything about an area. I'm just there to ask you the right question, to make you create your action plan to get where you want to get, even though I don't know anything about your challenges. So a teacher, wonderful teacher, can be a coach, but a coach cannot be a mentor. Well, a coach should be a coach and not a mentor.
Yes, because his knowledge in this field is not as expected.
Exactly.
Now, I think if there is no questions, any questions from other people, I think it's really great lecture.
Thank you.
A lot of things is going on now in my mind, at least try to change things in my teaching coming semester, just some lecture. So thank you very much. And I would like
Thank
to
you.
thank all of our colleague and audience here to for their attendance. And I would like to remind all of us that we have another guest lecture in the 1st of July. So
First of July, yes.
1st of July.
Sorry, Tamer, just to say, very thankful to Palmina. It was very glad to have her here today, and it was a very great lecture and very useful for our project and for our experience.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all. Thank you all for hosting
Thanks,
me.
Silvina. And thanks, Solko and Mirko, for this, like choosing the right person for us. So thanks a lot for that. And I hope that we will keep this.
I'm here if you just need me. Just I'm here to share even more
Thanks a lot.
details if you want to
Thanks a lot.
to go to the real heart.
So if you allow me, I can
experience.
contact you with the email, and then we can keep the discussion.
Absolutely.
Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Wish you good luck with the project.
Thanks, Fulmina. So thanks everyone. Bye bye.
Bye all.
Bye.
Bye.